All that kind of goes into play when you're picking out carpet. Here's something else to think about when you're getting ready to pick out carpet. If you look at something and you look at this and you think, yeah, I really want a little bit of brown, and look, it's got a couple little black specks in it. Yeah, I think that's going to go good. Yeah. And then you order the carpet and it comes out. And guess what? It's going to be way lighter than this. It's going to be down on the floor. You're going to be standing up, 5 feet up. Your eyeball is going to be directed down, and you're going to think, that's not the right color. Something's wrong. You're not installing that. Forget it. And you get your carpet sample out, and you set your carpet sample right down on top of the carpet. Sure enough, it's the same. Sure enough. You're not going to see hardly any of these specks unless they're more defined. Whatever happens, whenever you order carpet, when you look at any sample, I don't care what sample you look at, when it goes down on the floor, you've got a 12-foot wide piece, and you got a room such as this, 14 by 14, or whatever. It always seems to be lighter than your sample. That's just how it works, okay? And so you've got to remember that, okay? And here's another something to think about. Some places give you little sample bits like this. This one's from the Home Depot, okay? My favorite box store. Okay, I wish they would have had bigger samples. Sometimes they have slightly bigger samples. We went to another place. Here's their sample board. Now see how much bigger this sample is? You can kind of stand back. You can set it on the floor. You can put your floor tile next to it. Here's the sample they gave us. One little piece. It's kind of hard to visualize when you set that down on the floor and you stand back. It's kind of hard to visualize. Is that the right color? Is that the right specs I want in it? Is it bright enough? Is it dark enough? Does it have enough little black specks in it that I thought? Is it going to hide some imperfections? Is it going to hide traffic foot areas going up and down the stairs? Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one. Well, guess what? When I throw that up there, it almost is going to disappear. This almost looks darker than that. But when you stand back here, you can hardly tell which step I put that on, huh? Because it just always comes out lighter. So always remember that. And if you can, ask for bigger samples. Now, when you go to a store and they have those samples, look, what usually is on a board, this is a big board, by the way. Lots of times I've seen sample board from here to here, maybe. Okay? But on the other side, there'll be one big piece of a particular color. Okay? Now you can get an idea. If you find that one, if you really liked this one here, flip it over. Now you can set that down. See how big that sample is? Most places aren't going to give you tons and tons of big old samples. But, if you're down to 2 colors, oh man, I'm not quite sure. Go back to the store, ask for bigger samples. Maybe even if it's just a carpet store, maybe he'll cut you off a remnant piece off of, a roll that he has in stock, and he'll give it to you. He'll give you a piece this big. He'll give you a piece that big. 2 pieces of the 2 different ones, provided he knows that you're going to be purchasing from him anyways. Okay, now you've got some bigger samples to work with to come back to make your final decision. Okay, so those, hopefully I've given you a few things to think about before just ordering your carpets. And they come all kinds of different ounces. This one happens to be 53 ounce face weight. This next one said 55 ounce. What's the difference? Well, talk to the carpet store, hardware store. Talk to the carpet store and ask them what is the difference. Okay, most of the carpet backing is an action back backing. Now they do have some carpets which you have to pay extra for. It's called a unitary backing. Some carpet installers don't really like installing it because it's hard to make up the seams and stuff, but the unitary keeps it from, if you have a loose bit of strand of carpet, you don't want to pull it because it could zip across your room, across your hallway, across your door opening to your bedroom. Never pull one of those up. See if you can't glue it down with some crazy glue or something prior to cutting it off. If you don't have the crazy glue, because if you cut it, now you could leave a possible hole if you have level loop carpet. This is called cut pile because the loops, they cut the top of it and they're all individual. Level loop is where the carpet goes doink, ga-doink, ga-doink, ga-doink. That's level loop, and it's all smashed together, boom, 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 boom. That's a different carpet altogether. If one of those carpet strands comes loose, those are the type that you want to try to glue back down and not cut off, because those are harder to cover. You know what I mean? But since we're talking about carpet, let's talk about the carpet pad. The carpet pad too. There's different weights of carpet pad, different thicknesses, different strengths. The standard 7/16. You can get thicker pad. You can get 1/2 inch carpet pad and something that's a little bit more weight, more springy or more firm, so to speak. Okay, this one happens to say odor ban on it. I've never even seen this before. So it's like, do you really want some odor thing after your pet has pissed on the carpet and it's soaked all the way through to your carpet pad? If you got animals like that, you got a big problem already, because your carpet's already going to be saturated. It's going to be pretty much ruined to the fact that once it gets down to your carpet pad. But I guess it makes sense if you get moisture and if you get the urine through there, maybe it's not going to saturate your foam padding when it hits this. So I guess that makes a difference, you know, because most carpet padding will look like this on both sides. This doesn't. I just rolled it up differently. Okay, but lots of times the carpet pad will be almost like that color on both sides, and then the guys come out and they just put it down. Now this is obviously, that's going to cost more, and that blue side would be facing up because it's smoother. It's got some sort of plastic coating on it. See, that might be a good thing if you got pets to use that. Now we got a cat and we've never seen it piss or mark walls or the floor or anything like that, but I don't know. I might talk to Momi about that and think, hey, maybe we want to do that or not, depending on what happens. But you know, think about different things like that before you just run to the store and try to pick something right off the shelf. Okay. Hope you learned something. That's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos. And I hope to see you on the next episode. And if you haven't been watching the other episodes, if you like the way I present things, and if you like certain things that you think that I could help you save money, watch the other episodes of this condo renovation to learn that much more for your next project.